Hello everyone, this is Alan McRom, and we're trying one of our game reviews today, and we're going to be looking at a new game. Well, new to me anyway, it's not all that new. But it's called High Seas, High Profits, and you know how I love little trading games and things. Um, as far as I can tell, this game seems similar to something like Patrician or even maybe Anno or something like that. A game where you can go into towns and you have little convoys of ships going in between the towns, and you can buy buildings in the towns and set up businesses and produce your own goods and trade them around the map, things like that. Um, However, what's interesting about this one is that you can play it either real time or turn based, and the default setting is actually turn based. But we're going to step into that. This is my first time actually playing the game, so this is all new to me. I've seen one or two other YouTubers do a little video on it, but we're going to do one today. And I'm just going to take you through the first, like, say, 30 to 40 minutes of the game as I learn the game. So let's do a new game. And we're just going to do start here because it's my first time playing. I've never actually played. Maybe we'll just go with my typical Talon McRom. There we go. And we'll say start here. Learn the basics. High seas, high profits. Discover, fill in, and trade your way into opening your first business. Alright, cool. So it's going to teach us how to play. We'll do that just because I've never done it. So, here we go. Welcome to High Seas, High Profits. Serious challenges. Check the tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be as hands-off as possible while providing you with the essentials. Okay, so we can click up there. Set sail. Click tutorial. Find and click mouse over this edge of the screen. There we go. Or we can use WASD. Find the trader hall. Let's see here. That's a shipyard. What's this? Town hall. Okay. That's the... Looks like the trade house. It's a dwelling. Aha, there's the trader's hall there. So this city produces clay, salt, vegetables, and we're one of the two traders here. It's a warehouse. Production, consumption. Okay, so we can look at all the different details. And then I'm going to say, this is our ship. Cool. Our ship's inventory. Neat. Let's start trading. Pick some goods that are plentiful. So we want to buy... Trade between town and the active thing. Okay, so... In the city column. Alright, so this is stuff the city has. Alright. Pick some goods that are plentiful. Pick the in the city column. Alright, so basically it wants us to buy some goods that we have a lot. There are a lot of in the city. Like bricks and clay. It's also showing us that they produce these things. So let's see here. We'll buy like one. How much storage? Okay, so we can take like 60 things here. Monthly production, monthly consumption. So base goods cost of clay is 135. What is it for these vegetables? 51. So we're making a few dollars on these vegetables. Make a bit more money on this clay from the look of it. We have... Okay, so there's our money up there. We have a little over 3,600 left. Let's see here. What else do they have? We're making decent profit on these bricks, too. Let's see here. And fish. The fish went up quickly there on price. God, that salt's expensive. Yeah, we'll buy a little bit more clay. Alright. it's not letting us buy any more clay. I guess we've hit the town's limit. Or it's too heavy. I'm not sure. Interesting. Well, I think we'll just... Yeah, because we have 36 out of 60 inventory, so we'll just stop buying things there. Okay, so each one of these is 5 units of inventory, and each one of these is 1 unit of inventory. Or 2, sorry. And then these are 1. Okay, I understand now. That's what that symbol means. Alright. Cool. Alright, so let's open up the world map here. In order to move a ship, you need to select it by clicking the ship, the city view, green shipped. Okay, got it. And let's see here. So we're here. They need wool. They produce clay, salt, and vegetables. What about this town down here? We don't know? We've not been there. So let's go to here. Alright. Shall we? Actually, okay. Okay, I had to right click, and now. Next turn. Okay, so I had to right click the city and then hit next turn, and now the ship will advance. And then on this turn it will arrive. There we go. So they produce bricks, grain, and honey. Good. So let's come here. So there's their market. And we want to sell from the ship to the city. Alright, so we have these bricks. With average cost 19. So we'll sell 5. There we go. Let's see here. We can sell 5 of this clay. We had an average cost of 97. So that's not actually a good price for us. They don't want to buy anything else that we've got. Alright, so let's see what else they've got here. Wow, these grains are expensive. So is the honey. We'll buy like 1. Bet you they have a lot of ore. Well, we could buy some ore. They've got ore for cheap. So if I'm reading this right, that's the base production cost. Okay, so now it wants us to basically make 6,000 bucks. These wooden tools are expensive here. I'm gonna buy... Okay. Alright, so yeah, so that production cost is what I should be shooting for under. Got it. Iron bars are high, logs are low. Lumber's high, ore is a little low. Pottery's below the normal cost. Tar is high, vegetables are high. Wine is high. Everything's high here, for the most part. The clay is not, but we sold it here. Alright, we'll take 1 beef. Actually, we'll take some of this ale. The ale's not too bad. Take 1 beef and 1 ale. There we go. Alright. So it wants us to get 6,000, get a new ship, and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's go back to the map. Yeah, got it. Alright, so let's see here. We've been here. Let's go over to here. See what they sell. There we go. Okay. So they produce grain, salt, and wool. Oh, here we go. We can sell all this clay for a profit. Good. They just do not seem to... Okay, so let's see here. That's low. Ooh, we can sell this ore for a good profit, though. Same with these logs we bought. We can sell the ale for a profit. Alright, let's see here. How much is their grain? We can buy a decent amount of grain for a good profit. Their salt. Same with the salt. What about their wool? It's still expensive. Now we can get a beef here. We get a couple cloth as well. And a couple fish. And we'll get like some honey. What else they got for cheap? No, the tar is not too bad. Alright, so let's head out. Yeah, don't show me. Got it. No, I don't need that. Alright, so we've been here. Well, let's go back to our... Actually, we'll go over here to Targate. We'll do a little loop. We'll go to Targate, then we'll head back to our hometown, I think. New quest taxes. The following taxes have been paid for the previous 4 weeks. 96 coins. Alright, that's the price of doing business. We paid our taxes. Okay, good. So we're now here. Let's see what we can buy and sell here. So we could sell all this cloth for a profit. Nice. Sell all this fish for a profit. Sell all this grain for a profit. Not the honey, though. Not the salt. Looks like we can get the salt here fairly cheap, too. Same with the tar. Matter of fact, we'll buy some tar and cheapen that up on our ship here pretty good. What about the salt? Yeah, we can knock our average price down on the salt too. That'd be good. There we go. Alright. Let's go trade. Let's see here. Let's head... we don't really have salt, but we have some other stuff. So let's head over here and see what we can sell and make a bit of a profit. What do you say? Okay, we can also just press spacebar, so I don't have to keep clicking there. There we go. Alright. So, let's see here. We can sell our 2 beef for a profit. No, one of them for a profit. We can sell all the honey for a profit. The salt, not so much. The tar, you know, you can sell like a couple for a profit. Yeah, we can buy 1 vegetable to bring down our average cost some. Same with the salt, because our average cost is 45, so we could actually do that and bring it down even more. Let's see here, what else do they have that we could buy that's not too expensive? These iron bars aren't bad. We can buy a couple of those for well below cost. Alright. I think that's all we can do here. So let's head back out to the world map. Let's go find another town. Let's go over here to Eisendorf, which to me would say that they probably deal in iron over there. Alright, let's see here. One more turn. There we go. New quest, taxes. Oh, had to pay taxes again. Okay, here we go. We could sell this beef for a profit here. A decent profit. Same with these iron bars. Well, we might be able to get a better price. This town, they don't produce them, they use them. Alright, so we'll sell those. Still making a good profit on those. Alright. Same with the salt. There we go. Ooh, the tar is selling pretty well here. Alright, now let's see what they have in high volume here. Their pottery is fairly cheap, so we'll buy some pottery. Vegetables are also fairly cheap. Wool's a little high. Everything else looks a bit high. Okay. Well, we've made some decent money. Okay, so that's the population in the city. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to this next town. Because we didn't go down here. To Limis here, or whatever it is. Lamaris. There we go. Alright, let's see what they've got here. Okay, so they produce ale here, so this is a fantastic place for us to come and visit. They also produce pottery and wool. Everywhere we go's got expensive wool, though. So let's buy a decent amount of ale, because we can go sell that pretty much anywhere. Alright, let's see here. They also produce cloth here. That's not a bad price, so we'll buy some cloth. They have a decent price on mead, so we'll buy some of that. Ore's a little high. Their pottery... We just bought pottery, and they sell it here, so we don't want to buy it here. We gotta find somewhere to offload these vegetables. Because right now they're just taking up inventory space. Alright. Okay, so let's just head on. Alright. They need cloth up here, so let's head up here, because we bought some cloth. There we go. Alright. How much should we sell this cloth for? We're making about 20 bucks a cloth. Not the best deal, but it's still a profit. The ale we're making a nice little profit on. We're making about 20 bucks again. 21. The mead we're making like 30 or 62 on. So the mead was a good investment. There we go. Pottery we're making about 30 on. We can finally offload some of these vegetables here for about 10 bucks or 11 bucks of profit a piece. There we go. Alright, let's see what they've got in stock, though. Yeah, they've got fairly inexpensive beef, so we can buy some of that. These bricks. Bricks are also fairly cheap here right now. Honey's kind of cheap. The logs aren't too bad. This wool price is expensive everywhere. What I should do is build a sheep farm here. So produce my own wool and sell it. Well, let's buy some of this honey. Alright. So map. They need grain and ore. Logs and lumber and ore. Grain and logs. Clay. Anywhere need honey? Now, we don't know what's up here, so let's see here. They need logs. They produce... Let's see, what's the price of logs here real quick? Logs. We can get some logs and take them up. So what I think we'll do is I think we'll swing through our hometown here. And then we'll head north and see if we can't find a place to buy some of the stuff we've got. Oh, we had to pay our taxes again. That 96 bucks is starting to hurt us every few turns here. Alright. So, logs. Oh yeah, we're making good profit on the logs. That log run was the right idea here. Look at that. We basically doubled our money on the logs. There we go. So, we need to remember to bring logs whenever we can find them cheap back to home. But they have relatively inexpensive clay here, and fairly cheap iron bars, too. And really cheap salt. So we'll grab some salt. And we'll grab some iron bars, like one. Well, we'll grab one more. What else do they have for cheap here? We'll grab some cheap vegetables here. There we go. Alright, let's head out. Now let's go up here. Rivendell. There we go. Alright, so this town, we go back to the map, it told us, they want fish, logs, and pottery. Or they sell those, so we can grab logs here and take them south. They want clay and grain. So that's good to know. Alright, because we can get clay where we came from. So they'll buy our fish. But not for a price we want to sell them at. Same with the honey. They'll buy the iron bars at about $100 over what we paid for them, so we'll sell those. Oh man, look at this. They're paying us almost $50 per salt over what we paid for it. Vegetables, same thing. They're paying us like $16 extra per, so we'll do that. Now, they have logs here. That is expensive. They do have lumber, though, for a good price. They're short on a lot of things here. We'll grab some of this lumber. And some of this pottery, because we can get it for less than what it costs to produce it. There we go. Grab one more. Alright. So, let's head out. That's not what I want. Let's go over here to Rivendell. Accidentally hit next turn while still sitting in the city. So I just wasted a turn. Request taxes. They always get us with those taxes right there after we make a good profit, don't they? Where's the... There's the market. Okay. Oh, so we can sell them our beef that we've been carrying around. It's about $30 profit per, or well, 30 coins. We can make a small profit on the bricks too, but I don't feel like that's worth it. Make some profit on the lumber. Yeah, it's about 60 profit per. So we'll do that. Make good profit on the pottery here. Like doubling our money, so that's good. So bring pottery to this place. So we've completed task 1 of make 6,000 or reach 6,000. So they sell logs. Ooh, we can get logs for a good price here, so we'll do that. They also sell cloth, so we'll grab some cloth. Ooh, and they also sell ale for a good price here. We're gonna load up on ale. Do they have anything we can just take one of? The salt's a fair price, so we'll take 1 salt. There we go. So let's go back out to our world map. And we're going to go over here to Quinstead. And offload what we can, and then head back with our coins. There we go. So let's see what Quinstead buys and sells. We can basically double our money on the ale here. Nice. Not quite double on the cloth. We'll make a small profit on the honey. We will double our money on the logs, though. That's nice. We can make some profit on the salt, too. Now, let's see here. They produce ore here. We can actually get a good price on the ore. Same with the mead. There we go. They also produce wine here. That's good to know. And the wooden tools. Alright, so let's head out. Because now it wants us to head back to our hometown and build a new ship. Alright. There we go. Had to pay our taxes again. I guess that's the equivalent of, like, your crew's wages or whatever in this game. Alright. So we can sell the honey for a small profit. Sell the cloth for an okay profit. The ore's a good profit, though. They're, like, tripling our money almost. So we'll do that and the mead. And we'll sell the honey for that small bit of profit. Same with the cloth. Because we need extra capital right now. And we can also sell these fish for small profit. There we go. Now, it wants us to get a new ship. So go to our town's shipyard, which is right here. Build a new ship. We can build a skiff. Which is the same ship we've already got. We can build a cog, which would increase our... That would give us 90 additional cargo. I think we'll just go with the skiff, but we need more logs, though. Yeah, you can get some big ships on here. So let's go find some logs here. Okay. So let's go see what they've got for sale. Alright. So they have salt. Which we can get a good amount of for a fair price. Anything else they got like 30 of? The lumber, weirdly, is cheap here. So we'll grab some cheap lumber. Let's see here. They have some fairly cheap iron bars, too. And clay. Grab that. Grab some cheap iron bars. Let's see here. The bricks aren't too bad either. There we go. Alright, so let's go find a place where we can get logs. So we can go get the ship. And let's see here. They have a production bonus for logs up there, but I seem to recall we were having a hard time, like, getting logs. Let's come down here. I feel like we got logs fairly well here at Kelswick. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, they're a little pricey, but we can get them. Alright, so we'll sell some of the salt for a profit. We can sell the lumber for a profit. We're going to sell this clay for a massive profit. Well, they got some cheap beef, though. I think we'd do better on the logs, though. Sell the lumber for a nice profit. Same with the iron bars. There we go. Alright, anything else they've got a lot up here? They've got cheap bricks. That's really cheap bricks. We're going to bring our brick cost down here. Alright. Let's go over here and see if we can get some cheap... There we go. Not sure what these little ship signs mean that we're seeing around. Okay. This town would pay crazy amounts for ale, I'm pretty sure. Like, they would buy almost everything. They've been, like, bought out. Although they've got cheap wool right now. We'll buy some cheap wool. That's fine. We're going to sell them some of this beef. So we're making an okay profit on it. Oh, they've got some cheap grain, too. And really cheap iron bars. And also cheap salt. There we go. And some cheap vegetables. Alright. So I haven't found a good source of logs yet. Okay, so well, they need grain over here. They produce wooden tools, which would make me think, oh, they also need logs, though, so let's see. Yeah. So they need a lot of things over here. They'll basically double our money on the grains, which is fine. There we go. And they'll more than double our money on the iron bars. That's great. We'll sell the vegetables. We'll keep the wool. I'm not sure where we're gonna find... Actually, I didn't check to see what they had a lot of. They have a lot of beef, so we'll take some beef off their hands for them. There you go. That while it's cheap. Same with the meat here. Alright. So let's set out. They're still looking for a good source of logs. They need lumber. Let's go up here to Rivendell. They seem to produce logs. Yeah, taxes. I just want to get this ship. Oh. New match. Unknown trader Thallon. You come highly recommended. I'm an event planner from the Green, so I've been entrusted with the great honor of organizing the wedding of the illustrious Jacob van Berg. Surely you've heard of him. Okay. So they want us to do something. Due to recent bad earlier, my supplier of salt has informed me they cannot fulfill their order. It's a disaster. Can you imagine wanting without salt? They need 12 sacks of salt, which I have 10 of. By February 11th. Alright, so by the new year, basically. Alright. Yeah, we'll say I would love to help. So, where do I have to take this to? Okay. I'll just say I'd love to help. I have no idea where I need to take that salt to, but we'll figure it out. Alright, because we'll just pick up some more salt. Okay, I'll be waiting at Greenwild. Please deliver the goods before... Okay. Oh, about the money. I'll be able to pay you 160 per bag of salt. Alright. 116, that's perfect. Alright. So we're going to make good money on that one. It's this town shop. Okay. Oh, they will buy all of our beef at a nice premium. And... let's see here. Do they have logs, though? They do have logs, and we can get them cheap. We'll buy some cheap logs. Now, here we go. We'll make a good profit on the wool. And we'll go ahead and buy those 2 salt we need. I feel like we can do better on this mead. It's still 40 bucks a mead, though. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright, do they have anything else? They have a lot of... They have a lot of cloth. Like, we'll take that cloth. They also have a good amount of ore. But that's all that they have. Alright, this is the place we need to come and buy ale. Okay, so we need to go to Greenwild. Where's Greenwild? Greenwild? Where's Greenwild? Oh, it's over here. We're actually like right next door. That's perfect. It's on the way back to where we were going anyways. So this is perfect. We're going to make a ton of money. Oh, there's winter. Okay. Where do I turn this in at? Dwelling. Nope. Shipyard? Docks. Ah, there we go. Ah, yes, the wedding was saved. It was my pleasure. Now they'll remember that I'm a good person to have around. Here we go. Let's see what we can sell here. I feel like we can do better on cloth than that. We need the logs, so we're going to keep those. And we can definitely do better on the ore. What do they have in stock, though? They have a decent amount of fish, so we'll take some fish. We'll definitely take some pottery. Anything else they have? I'm noticing if they've got like 30... Oh, we should come here for lumber. If they got like 30 or more of it, that's when you get like the best price, is what I'm kind of noticing. There you go. Cool. Alright. Map. And then let's just head back down here and go get our ship finally. New quest taxes. This tax man is not leaving us alone, huh, folks? Alright. So now we're going to go get this boat build. We'll just build a skiff. We have the logs. There we go. It's actually saving us some money because we have the logs. We don't have the lumber or the tar, but that's fine. We can just buy that. We have some of the cloth. There we go. So 8 turns, we'll have our new ship. Okay, let's see what we can sell here in town. Oh man, we can like a little over double our money on this fish, which is fantastic. We have an extra log, which we will sell for a nice profit. Same with this ore. And this pottery. There we go. Buy some salt. Buy some vegetables. Buy some more beef. So in 8 turns, we can come back and get our ship. Let's go up here to Rivendell, since they produce ale. So that's 1 turn. 2 turns. 3. Okay, we're being attacked by a pirate. We have plus 20, skip, cargo. Fairly evenly matched. I'm not sure how battle works. Ship is being attacked by pirates. Okay. I guess we just end turn. You fought valiantly. He took 332 goods. People tried to aid us, though they arrived too late. Free repairs. Okay. Well, I thank you for your courage. All right, so they're gonna fix up our ship. All right, let's see here. Do we have any cargo left? We do. We do have some cargo left. And we can make even a little bit of profit. That's fine. Not a whole lot, though. Sell wine here, don't they? Yeah, that's a good price on wine. Let's see here. Anything else they sell? Fairly, yeah, the cloth they sell for cheap here. I like one more ale there. Alright, let's get to the shipyard. Can we repair the ship? No, repair it. Okay, so we need a 1 turn. Yep, taxes. Two turns. And the 3rd turn to fix it. New ship. Oh, our new ship is ready. The sea warship. I'll conquer the seas. There we go. So our ship would be fully repaired next turn. Yep. Okay. So that's all that. All right. Actually, since it's been a few turns, let's see if they've got anything else in stock. They do. We could get some more cloth for cheap. More salt, but we already have salt. I'd like more ale, but that's more inventory space than we have. We'll just take a cheap cloth, I think. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and intern. There we go. Alright, let's head back to our home port now. And pick up our new ship. As well as sell off some of these goods that we've picked up. At least they've repaired us for free. There we go. Cool. Now, use 2 ships to form a convoy. Okay. So we need to add this ship, join a convoy, make a new convoy. Here we go. First love. Aha, here we go. There we go. Cool. Replace the captain and the crew of one of your ships. Replace the existing captain with a new one. Okay, how do I do that? Ship crew. Seasick, distracted. Replace. The captain will be slash. Okay, so we want to replace him. He's a tinkerer. Okay. Setting up shop. Now he wants us to get 10,000 coins. But anyways, so this is the game. Very interesting. Alright. Yeah. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and finish trading this. Make our profits here. If we can. Yeah, we're going to sell all these logs for a bunch of money. We'll sell this wine for money. Yeah, we'll sell the cloth too. There we go. Alright. There's our 10,000. Now wants us to build something in our hometown. So now, if I remember correctly, let's go see what this town gets bonuses of. So they get bonuses to clay, salt, and vegetables. So let's go back into town. So we get a clay pit and get some cheap clay. A vegetable field for cheap vegetables. Or salt work for salt. How much is a vegetable patch? Well, we need logs, bricks, and wooden tools. What about the salt works? Same kind of thing. Nope. Clay pit, clay pit, clay pit. Clay pit? Yeah, problem is they don't have the materials. But that's okay. So we're going to stop there. So that's kind of the name of the game. You run your little fleet. You trade goods. You set up shops in little towns. And I could play this for hours, if I'm honest. The only reason I'm stopping is because I don't want the video to go too long. So I hope you all enjoyed seeing this first look with me of High Profits, High Seas. And I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, like and subscribe. You'll be notified whenever I'm releasing new videos. And also, leave me comments. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. I love to hear from you all. And I want to also say a special thank you to my Patreons who support and help keep this content flowing. They really do a lot. And I'll talk to you all next time. This is Alan McBraun signing out for the evening. Y'all have a great one.